Hi guys, One True Griff here. This is my, what feels like 50 millionth attempt to do this commentary in the last day. I tried to do it last night, and I thought it wasn't actually too bad. Woke up this morning, had another listen to it just to check that I wasn't out of my mind last night, and it turns out that I was pretty... It wasn't crap. It was just, there were a lot of ums and ahs and... You know, those little pauses. Those of you who have attempted to do the commentaries, you'll probably have, you'll have had some sort of similar experience where you just those moments where you're thinking, what the hell am I gonna say? Because you've not really planned it out. There may be little notes that you're using. I don't do notes. I end up fucking ad-libbing it. But those moments, if they can just really screw the whole commentary up, and you fill the gaps while you're thinking by going and I don't want to hear half of a commentary going I want to hear someone either talking about the gameplay or talking absolute random bollocks. Speaking of absolute random bollocks, I spoke in my first attempted commentary. Whether you watched it or not, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really fussed because I'm kind of doing this for myself, not for money or fame or anything like that. So I quite like the way it just all works. I'm talking into a microphone, and that makes me, actually, now that I think about it, seem quite lonely, that I'd rather talk to a microphone than go out and talk to other people. Anyway, I was going to do this commentary, and I talked about, on the first one, about how there's the three of us, there's me, John and Gaz, and we all sort of like the different forms of commentary. There's the form that talks about absolute bullshit for an entire video, doesn't talk about the gameplay at all, and the other side, which is just talking about the gameplay, giving little tips and tricks. And I said that Gaz fell into the latter category. He liked the tips and tricks. Now that's all very well and good, and as far as I was aware, that was true. I got a message from him this morning along the lines of, Andy, I'm struggling with this commentary. I've ended up talking for 5.5–6 minutes about my pet hedgehog. Now I'm going to give you a second to let that sink in. Yes, I did say pet hedgehog. Gaz has a pet hedgehog. He is unsure about whether he wants to use said commentary. I personally think he should, and if you think he should, please comment in the box and we'll do a commentary on the pet hedgehog, and if you really want, we'll do a video of the hedgehog so you can all see just how weird it is to have a pet hedgehog. He does talk about how it came to be that he's got a pet hedgehog and so on, but it is quite an amusing little speech. But I said he would talk about gameplay and tips, and he ends up rambling like hell about a bloody hedgehog. And I heard that this morning, and I'm thinking about doing my commentary, and when your brain just completely shuts down because you're that confused over what the hell has just happened? That's where my brain got to now. So I thought, well, I'm not going to really be able to talk about this video. I just wanted to talk about how one little change in your mental state can completely fuck up what you're doing. Tomahawks. God, they're a lot of fun. Any other weapon in the game is... It kind of seems less skillful. I mean, you've got your guns, and if someone comes around the corner at you, or you catch him off guard, or you're chasing a guy or whatever, in the end, you can just aim, pull the trigger, and because of the general spread of the guns, you're probably going to get a hit marker. Not to mention the fact that as far as I'm aware, you can correct me on this if I'm wrong, the game is hit scan. It uses hit scan technology. What that basically means, if you're unfamiliar, is that there is no travel time in the coding for the bullets. Halo 3 didn't use hit scan, and it was a massive problem for the game because people who had worse connections, i.e. us British, were kind of screwed over because the lag factor meant that the other person was in a different place to where we were aiming and our bullets were travelling. And it worked, it did work both ways. When we were playing against Americans, they were shooting somewhere, and then I'm guessing we suddenly would sort of jump sideways. And unfortunately, because the British telecom industry and the broadband industry is just in the Stone Age compared to most other countries, that was a massive problem for us. Now, Halo Reach became hit scan for that very reason. It helps negate the lag quite a lot, and it's used in this game as well. Now, with the Tomahawk, obviously it's a solid object that has to be thrown, so hit scan can't apply, so majority of the time you have to lead your opponent. Unlike with your Semtexes and your frags, where there is splash damage and you can get easy assists and whatever, with a Tomahawk you've got to be skillful. Now, because I've got Warlord Pro on, I do get 2 hot Tomahawks. With Scavenger I get them resupplied, so I've got an unlimited supply of Tomahawks, which makes the gameplay easier. But I just think it is a much more skillful thing to do. In fact, how awesome would it be? Say, for example, you got a certain number of Tomahawk kills. You can unlock camos for your guns. How brilliant would it be if you got sort of like 10,000 Tomahawk kills or something ridiculous, something that not everyone's going to be able to get or even going to want to get. It enabled you to change your outfit so you became like a Native American, and then you're running around like a Native American throwing Tomahawks at people. I just think if I was playing the game and I saw someone coming at me like that, I might die of laughter while he threw the Tomahawk at me. I just think that would be a really cool thing to happen. Anyway, that's the end of the gameplay. It was 24-11. I do hope you enjoyed watching some really nice Tomahawk throw. There's a few others on the channel, just little gameplay montages that I managed to do a few weeks ago. Anyway, that's the end. My name's One True Griff, and I'll see you all later.